Next part, email content, user emails. Of course, this is a great opportunity to use the appropriate autopsy ingest modules to process data related to the emails, and you should get your answers here. And of course, you can always use keyword searches for the keywords that you identify in your case, and they may bring all sorts of data that is coming from the email content. So just be sure that you compile a list of emails with the corresponding source file on disk, provide all the details, and of course, if dealing with webmail, Yahoo, Gmail, the information will be coming from temporary web pages cached by the web browser software. So this is not specific to this particular data source. It's just generally something that you need to be aware of regarding the webmail. Okay, so graphic, images, and video. Remember that here we already know that because this is a training image, any evidence that has a yellow tape across a picture file indicates an illegal contraband material. So you really have to tag this. Like if you're using autopsy, you can add your tags, specify what category that tag is, and definitely generate hash values, and report every image like this in your report if you find them. And I just want to tell you a few things regarding this illegal image aspect, contraband images. Since this whole investigation, to begin with, looks like counterfeit cash and forged checks investigation, I assume your search warrant says that you are authorized to look at the pictures and documents indicating possible activities such as printing illegal banknotes and checks. However, if you come across an illegal image on the drive, like child abuse, you must take a note. And if you see another image like this, then you must stop your examination of the hard drive and obtain another search warrant clearly stating that you are also authorized to look for contraband material on the drive. And those types of images that are illegal to possess by the suspect. So the new search warrant will protect you, the investigator, against an allegation or an attack during the trial that your search for such material was unwarranted. So this is just a side note, but this is an important one for your investigation, that just be aware of the scope of your search warrant or other type of authorization that you're using in your investigation, and you have to be very careful about the boundaries. And next part, EXIF metadata. Again, autopsy does a great job collecting information from EXIF fields in pictures. So you can utilize this function very nicely. Installed software, the same thing. We have an entire section right here that lists installed programs. Again, a safe table as CSV can be your friend. And you need to be a little bit more specific here. Which tools do you think here could be used when planning or when planning to commit a crime? So just use your analysis of this list. Conclusion. In the conclusion part, you write all details about your findings with connections to the case. Evidence that this computer was used as an instrument in the criminal activity, communication between the suspects, emails, internet searches, people names, everything else with possible traces related to the ongoing investigation. You just be sure to include in this section charges. So obviously you can specify what charges in your opinion may be brought against the suspect or suspects in the case, and exhibits. In this section, I want you to list most characteristic items of interest in the case. You should include file names and folders, sector and cluster numbers for items that were carved or recovered from unallocated space, and a very brief description of each item. It is like an addendum to your case report, and oftentimes it may be coming as a separate document. And so those are attachments to your case that you can demonstrate during your expert witness testimony in the court proceedings. So when you're done with all of this work, just don't forget to summarize everything when we scroll back, and just make sure that you fill in a brief version of your findings, the most key things in the management summary area. Don't forget to periodically save your changes as you work on this assignment and submit it for grading when you are ready.